Hey there, everybody. Happy 4th of July. DeRosa here, coming at you with a battle report of the game Rebels and Patriots. Recently, on July 1st, Major Wellington held an Independence Day event in which we decided that we were going to celebrate our nation's birth by holding a major Rebels and Patriots game. 9 players showed up, and we ended up having 2 battles that day, and we rotated players out. And 2 players were British on one table and 2 on American. And the other table was 2 British and 3 American. And we'll go over what happened. Here's some of the troops that were involved. I believe Mark brought some French troops. Luis had some British here. I had an American force. I paid for some extra good shooters. That helped out a lot. And here's some of Dan's British troops, I believe. And some Hessian troops here. I think they were Dan's also. I believe. I could be wrong. Some more British troops of Dan's. And here's some of Phil's American troops. And light infantry. And there's the Mark's French. And finally, here's some more of Jed's troops. He brought some dragoons, I believe. All right, here's the table 2. Table 2, where there's 3 Americans versus 2 British. These are Paul's troops here. I faced off versus Paul with my Americans here. I was able to hold down the right wing. Our goal was to attack the fort and take it. Luis was tasked with holding the fort, which was a hard task since he had 2 players attacking him at once. And as we would all think, he was hammered and lost, and we were able to take the fort. I was able to just pin down Paul with my 4 good shooters, and just was able to make them not able to help the other side of the field out. Paul sent his Native Americans up the center, which almost broke through, but there was so much fire on him, he just had to withdraw. Again, these are Paul's forces. He had a good position behind the fence to play defense. But again, I would highly recommend paying for the extra good shooters when you're creating your armies. I was able to just move up, hide behind the wall here, and hammer down. So it was a really fun game. That's Jose there on the right, or I'm sorry, our left wing. And they were shooting a cannon up at Luis. And so Luis had to make a decision either just to take the hits behind the wall or move out. And he moved out. And unfortunately for him, cost him a lot of casualties. Here's Paul's troops moving up the middle, the Native Americans. Again, they took a lot of fire, so they just had to withdraw. Was one good thing, though, from Paul. He was able to do a melee. And we hadn't had that ever happen before. This troop in the middle here was attacked by Paul. And so it turned out a good battle. Real fun. Probably not for the British, but for the Americans, it was a good game. And I'll let you check out some more of the action here.
Does he test too? Oh yeah, you have to test first.
So I'll check.
Okay, here we have table 1 coming up. We'll have Dan with his British and his Hessians on the British right side, and Jed with his dragoons and his cavalry force on the left side. Mark will be on the American right facing Jed, and Phil will be on the American left facing Dan. If I remember correctly, Jed was able to charge up, but Mark just stayed behind a stone wall and hammered it down on him. They didn't have an objective. They just had a kill each other scenario. So I think, if I remember correctly, Jed was not able to move up without taking a lot of loss, and so then Mark was able to just sit tight and inflict losses. And then I believe what happened was Dan moved up versus Phil. They had some good shootouts, as we'll see. And I just think it slightly at the end of the game turned to the American side. which is a good thing because of the 4th of July being America's birthday. So we deserve to win, right? So there you go. Again, I'll let you check out the action, and we'll move on to the second round in a moment. Let us know what you think. Give us a like and a comment, and subscribe. And hopefully you can check out future events with Major Wellingtons.
Indians on horseback and it just annihilated the other guy. It was just brutal.
So in round 2, Dan and Jed took on myself and Tim. And here is Dan's force moving forward against me. And Jed's force took on Tim. At first, it looked like it was going to be going the American way. And we got to turn 8, and we looked like we were ahead. We both lost 1 unit each, both sides. But then we rolled off, and we had another turn, and all of a sudden, the British rifles opened up and destroyed us. And really quickly, Dan's forces just routed my men. And same with Tim's, and it was over. On this table, same thing for Phil. Phil was playing against Jose. Jose's Hessians just destroyed Phil with the morale check and routed him, so they decided to shut down that side of the table. And they let Luis finish off the game versus Mark. And it looked like Mark pushed Luis till the end. It was a really close game. Remember, Game Fest, Veterans Game Fest in Fresno area, coming up this weekend. Hope to see you there. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to become a member, go to MajorWellington.com. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what we're doing. We'll see you at the tables.